Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, looking at the Olight R50 Seeker. I got this from Amazon for review. I did also get this little holster with it when I ordered it from Skyben, S-K-Y-B-E-N. So there's the holster, little metal D-ring on the back, and also a snap to put it on your belt. And then I also got this tiny little, they threw this in, it's like a USB light. So when you plug this into your USB, it's going to put light out. I have no idea how many lumens. But it does say Skyben on the back. I thought maybe there's going to be like advertising information on it, but nope, just a light. It is kind of blinding, but nonetheless, it's a light if you needed a light connected to your computer somehow. All right, so what do we have here? The R50 Seeker, micro USB rechargeable, side switch LED flashlight. Basically, it is rechargeable with the USB, which is a win. You get a 5-year promise. I haven't had to interact with Olight up to this point for any issues as far as flashlights breaking or stuff, but I am digging into that right now. I have a friend who has an Olight that went sideways and didn't work great, so we're dealing with them now to see how that works as far as their customer service. 50 hours of runtime, IPX8 rated with a Cree XHP50, and it's going to throw 297 meters, which is coming up close to 1,000 feet. Your max output 2,500 lumens. Let's take it out of the box and see what it looks like. So here we go, open it up. Nice box, got some sort of a magnetic strip there. Here's your light, so we'll take this out. Very compact, fits in hand. Definitely not an EDC light unless you're wearing the holster on your hip, but definitely compact for 2,500 lumens. Put that out of the way. Let's see what we find underneath here. This is the box with all the goodies, and then over here. So that's everything pretty much in the box, and we will open this one up. So what do you get inside here? You get a plug to charge it in your wall, which let's see is basically going to go like this. Plug it into your wall. There's your USB input for a full-size USB. Take this out here. So there's all your wires that you get with it. We got a little lanyard here. It says Olight on it. Get that stuff out of the way. And then here's your micro USB. I like that they have the little Olight logo on the Velcro band here, and I just like the Velcro band just to have that to organize my gear. And also this thing is, I'll just show you here, probably about 3.5 feet. So nice to have a nice long cord. Obviously plug this in like so, and then we'll plug it into the back of the light in order to charge it up. I just checked this and it actually does work. I'll just show you right here on the table real quick. So it looks like it is already charged up. Micro USB here on the end. Pop that open, plug it in, and then you're going to close it up like that. A couple little slots there on this side, looks like that on that side. Yeah, just on this one side to run your lanyard through. I've got the information right here in the instructions, and you can see quite a bit of instructions, different language. But here's the rundown. Let's see. We've got 4 settings: low, which is 50 lumens; medium, which is 300; high, which is 1200, and down to 800 when it starts to get too hot after about, looks like 12 minutes. And then turbo, which is 2500 and then drops down to 800, and that's also after 2 minutes. So after 2 minutes on turbo, just because it's going to get so hot, it's going to drop back down to save the battery. Your battery is a 26650, which they note is customized. So that's a customized battery. It's pretty much the rundown of how it works. Let's open this up. Take a look at the battery. So that's what that actually looks like. 3.7 volt, 26650. Little arrow to show you how to actually put that in and close it up. Let's scroll through here real quick. I'll just hold it down. So it comes on, that's your setting, and then I'm going to hold down. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Double click, go to turbo, and triple click to strobe. Click it again, it goes off. Click it back on, comes on high. Hold it down to that low. So usually when you hold it down on an Olight, hold the light down, the button down on Olight, it's going to go onto your Firefly mode, but this one's not going to give you that option. So the lowest setting is 50 lumens. Here's your runtimes. On low, it's going to be 50 hours for 50 lumens. On your medium, it's going to be 6 hours for 300 lumens. On your high, it's going to be 12 minutes, then drop down to 130 minutes, and that's going to go from 1200 down to 800 lumens. And then for your turbo, it's going to go from 2500 down to 800 after the 2 minutes, and that'll run for 150 minutes. Here's a real quick look at the charging process. You can see it's plugged in. That blue light is showing you that it is properly attached. Follow to the other side here. There's the back of it, and you can see the red light glowing means that it is in the charging process. I'm outside now, and I'm looking at my car, which is about 25 feet away, and we're going to scroll through the 3 different basic settings, so 50 lumens, 300 lumens, and then 1200 lumens, and then we'll go up to 2500 in a little bit. And it does scroll through quite quickly, so watch this. So there's 50, 50, 300, 1200, 50, 300, 1200, and then we'll go a little more slowly now. So there's 50, and I can definitely see the car. I mean, with the human eye right now, I'm looking and I can definitely see the car just fine, as well as the surrounding area in front of it there on the driveway. Let's go up to 300. Definitely can see it much better. Nobody's hiding anywhere within the area now. As I shine it at the car, I can see really all the way down to the end of the driveway there, and then shining it here. I've got this beam on my porch in front of me, so I can't see a ton over beyond it. But let's go up to the 1200 now, and obviously that's plenty bright. I can see about the same distance as I can before, but now the whole driveway is much more effectively lit up. And let's go to the 2500 here. Yeah, so extremely bright. Let's find a different angle and take a look at these lights. I'm out looking at the same car now, but now I'm about probably 60 feet away, and we'll go through the settings again. Our lowest setting, you can see it. Let me scroll through. So there you can see at the highest setting, let me focus this for a second. And then let's go up to 2500. Yeah, I mean, my entire front yard is lit up at this point, totally lit up. So you can definitely see everything fine. Let's head off to the woods a little bit now. I'm out here looking into the woods now, and one thing I can tell you is just because the diameter across the front of the light is wider, you're just going to be getting, a wider spill and flood. Has to do with a lot of different factors, but the wider it is at the front, generally you're gonna have if the reflectors are decent, you're gonna have a nice wide beam. So I'm looking off into the woods now, and yeah, once again, every time I'm out here there's some sort of creature wandering through the woods. But let me go through the settings real quick for you. We'll start off with the lowest. So yeah, would I walk through the woods? So I can see easily in front of me, probably 10 or 15 feet. Wouldn't want to truck through thick woods with this. This is more open. Up to the second setting, 300 lumens, yeah. I could definitely walk pretty easily through most woods. Up to the 1200, absolutely. And then the 25, yeah, I mean, it lights up the whole neighborhood here. Looking back toward my house, you can see just a wheelbarrow there, my shed, the fence. There's a 5-gallon bucket over there. I mean, the whole area is completely lit up here. You could probably tell just by looking at it. I mean, these 2 trees are reflecting right back at me. It is quite bright, and I also will tell you that, yeah, you can barely see it, but holding on to the light here, it's definitely getting hot out here, so I can see why it's going to want to drop down to a lower lumen output. So let's go through here again. There's your lowest setting, and then up to your second setting. And the thing about this is you can still feel the heat out here on the light, but this thing is going to burn at this setting, I guess according to the instructions, without ever shutting itself back down as far as its heat level. So I'd be interested to see, because it does feel quite warm. That could be because I was using it at a higher setting, but it is definitely warm out here on the end of the light, and that is what the little fins are for here, just to make sure that it doesn't, that it dissipates the heat more effectively. Alright guys, so I want to wrap up the review here of the Olight R50 Seeker. I'm actually out here on vacation. I'm on Cape Cod with my family, but I did want to kind of wrap up and offer you some thoughts on this light. Once again, as I mentioned before, EDC light, not for me. This just is not going to function as an EDC light, too big. I don't want to carry a holster every day. If you're a person who doesn't mind carrying a holster, then I think you could EDC this light. It's going to give you a lot of power in a very compact size. For me, too heavy and too big as an EDC light. However, some of the wins of this light. First, USB rechargeable. For me, this makes it, it gives it high value as far as like an EDC bag, bug out bag, emergency bag, or a car survival or car emergency light. You get one of those cigarette chargers that you can put into your cigarette lighter, and then plug one end in the USB and the other end in here, and you're good to go. You're charging up your light. The other thing is, worst case scenario, if your car is totally dead but you still need to charge the light, if you do have a solar charger, that gives you another option. And then certainly if you have like a little Anchor power charger or something like that, that's a battery that's already charged up, you can plug it in. So I just like to have lots of options when it comes to recharging a light, and the fact that this is USB compatible allows that to happen. Another thing I'll tell you about this light is that 2500 lumens I think is quite good. Some of the car lights I have in my cars now are probably around 1,000, a little over 1,000 lumens, and that's a lot of light, but to have 2,500 I think is a pretty significant win. So I may swap this one out for one of those lights and put this in one of my cars as a car emergency light. Now another win for me on this light is the size of the button. You can see it right there. Really easy to just place your thumb on it and rock and roll. Compare that to the size of this light. Let me get the, or this button I should say. This is just much smaller. It's harder for me to locate sometimes. I actually took this light out the other day, and by the time I got this out, my buddy who was walking behind me already had his flashlight out, and with the thumb switch, boom, turned his light on. So I just like a larger button like that. It doesn't have to be huge and oversized, but that's a good size for me to actually operate the light. Let's talk about value now. You're spending around $119 for this light. There's links down below. You can get this at Amazon. And is that fair? I think it's quite fair for what you're getting. I have a couple lights around 1,000 lumens, and they're going to run around $75 up to maybe $100, depending on if you get a battery with them or a charger, that type of system. But to have a battery in this, your USB charging system all set up as far as you can plug it to the wall, plug it into a USB in your computer, your car, whatever. Yeah, I think you're getting a lot of bang for the buck for this light. And yeah, you know, again, for me, I'm thinking get out at night, I gotta look around, I gotta do some work on the car. I personally would love to see a built-in magnet here, which this one does not have. If they did that, that'd be a win. It may just be too heavy for them to do that, but that'd be a win for me. So yeah, but I mean, not a whole lot I would change as far as what you're getting for the value of around $120. I think you'll be quite happy with this. I did have a buddy just send an Olight back to the company because there were some issues with it, and they're sending a replacement out immediately. So that being said, I think you're going to get good customer care with Olight. That's been my experience so far, I would say. Once again, we've been looking at the Olight R50 Seeker. Links down below if you want to purchase this light. Thanks as always for checking out the videos. More videos coming soon. Take care.